In my house, my mighty house, I'm ready to teach today. In my house, my mighty house, I'm ready to teach today. Away, away. In my house, my mighty house, I'm ready to teach today. In my house, my mighty house, I'm ready to teach today. Good morning, guys, and I just wanted to warm up with a little song. And today is Tuesday morning. It is April 14th, 2020, and we're going to have a terrific Tuesday. Hope you guys had a great weekend and ready to get started for week 3 of our e-learning. Today we're going to continue to do some compare and contrasting, but we're going to kind of wrap up that this week. So again, just hoping that you guys are having a great day. Hope you had a great weekend and hope you're ready to learn today. Last week's visit from Batman worked so well. Today I asked another person to come and visit with us. Our special guest today comes from the sewers of New York City. For a Turtle Talk, we have Michelangelo here with us today. Welcome, Michelangelo. Hey guys, Mikey here. Thanks, Mr. Elliott, for having me, dude. Like, I'm so excited to be here, man. Like, it's so nice to get out of the sewer. Sorry for my outfit. I obviously can't be seeing a turtle walking around, and through this time, I got to make sure that I stay covered up. Safety first, dudes. If it's okay, I'd like to ask you a few questions, Mike. My first question, Michelangelo, would be, what's it like living in a sewer? You ask, what's it like living in a sewer? Well, it's nice and quiet down there. I don't have to worry about dealing with everyday problems and stuff. The only thing is I wish I could get out some more and have some interaction. Luckily, I got Leo and Donnie and Raph. Even though Raph's got a bad attitude sometimes, but it's nice to have those brothers there to hang out with and to keep company. So the sewer is peaceful, but yet it's also it can get lonely sometimes. But I'm glad that I have Master Splinter and I have my brothers. Thank you for that answer. I think we all pretty well know, but we have to hear it from you for sure. What's your favorite food? What's my favorite food, dude? It's pizza. Cowabunga, dude. Yes, I absolutely love that as well. And my final question. My final question is, when you feel upset, what do you do to try to calm yourself and get your feelings back in check? You ask what I do when I feel upset. What I do to calm myself? Well, I try to stay pretty chill and relaxed. But there's some times the rap really gets on my nerves and makes me mad. So, what I do is when I start feeling upset or feeling angry, I try to walk away, and then I do some exercising, whether that's jumping jacks or push-ups or I do some type of exercising to get my mind to calm down and to get back regulated where I'm feeling cool and happy because Michelangelo loves to have some fun. Yeah, dude. Well, Mr. Elliott, thanks for having me. I had to sneak out, so I'm sure when I get back, Master Splinter's going to be wondering where I was. So you guys keep rocking it. Cowabunga, dudes. And that's Michelangelo with his Turtle Talk. Thank you for joining us, and hope you have a great rest of your day, Mikey. Homework today, guys, is going to be reading. You're going to do Raz Kids. You only have one story, Jack and the Beanstalk. All you got to do is listen to it. You have I Ready reading, about 20 minutes, and your poem, Life of a Cupcake. Writing, you got a journal entry, and then you've got a poem based off of a small moment that you have had. In math, you've got the application problem and money word problem that can be on Google Forms, and iReady Math for 15 minutes. Your activity or challenge is a board game. If you don't have a board game or somebody available to play with you, then I'm challenging you to do 20 push-ups. As we talk about reading this week, we're going to wrap up comparing and contrasting. We're going to focus this week on Jack and the Beanstalk. There are 3 different stories of Jack and the Beanstalk that we're going to read, and you guys are going to help me fill out a graphic organizer. Today we're going to read just the original story of Jack and the Beanstalk, and your homework is going to be to get on Raz Kids and to listen to the story of Jack. On Raz Kids, you're only going to listen. You don't have to worry about answering questions. But today we're going to read Jack and the Beanstalk, and this is the original version of Jack and the Beanstalk. Once upon a time there lived a poor widow and her son Jack. One day Jack's mother told him to sell their only cow. Jack went to the market, and on the way he met a man who wanted to buy his cow. Jack asked, "What will you give me in return for my cow?" The man answered, "I will give you 5 magic beans." Jack took the magic beans and gave the man the cow. But when he reached home, Jack's mother was very angry. She said, "You fool! He took away your cow and he gave you some beans?" She threw the beans out of the window. Jack was very sad and went to sleep without dinner. The next day when Jack woke up in the morning and looked out the window, he saw that a huge beanstalk had grown from his magic beans. He climbed up the beanstalk and reached a kingdom in the sky. There lived a giant and his wife. Jack went inside the house and found the giant's wife in the kitchen. Jack said, "Could you please give me something to eat? I'm so hungry." The kind wife gave him bread and some milk. While he was eating, the giant came home. The giant was very big and looked very fearsome. Jack was terrified and went and hid inside. The giant cried, "Fee, fi, fo, fum! I smell the blood of an Englishman. Be he alive or be he dead, I'll grind his bones to make my bread." The wife said, "There's no boy in here." So the giant ate his food and then went to his room. He took out his sacks of gold coins, counted them, and kept them aside. Then he went to sleep. In the night, Jack crept out of his hiding place, took 1 sack of gold coins, and climbed down the beanstalk. At home, he gave the coins to his mother. His mother was very happy, and they lived well for some time. Jack climbed the beanstalk and went to the giant's house again. Once again, Jack asked the giant's wife for food, but while he was eating, the giant returned. Jack leapt up from fright and went and hid under the bed. The giant cried, "Fee, fi, fo, fum! I smell the blood of an Englishman. Be he alive or be he dead, I'll grind his bones to make my bread." The wife said, "There's no boy in here." The giant ate his food and went to his room. There he took out a hen. He shouted, "Lay!" And the hen laid a golden egg. When the giant fell asleep, Jack took the hen and climbed down the beanstalk. Jack's mother was very happy with him. After some days, Jack once again climbed the beanstalk and went to the giant's castle. For the 3rd time, Jack met the giant's wife and asked for some food. Once again, the giant's wife gave him bread and milk. But while Jack was eating, the giant came home. "Fee, fi, fo, fum! I smell the blood of an Englishman. Be he alive or be he dead, I'll grind his bones to make my bread." "Don't be silly. There's no boy in here," said the wife. The giant had a magical harp that could play beautiful songs. While the giant slept, Jack took the harp and was about to leave. Suddenly, the magic harp cried, "Help, master! A boy's stealing me!" The giant woke up and saw Jack with the harp. Furious, he ran after Jack, but Jack was too fast for him. He ran down the beanstalk and he reached home. The giant followed him down. Jack quickly ran inside his house and fetched an axe. He began to chop the beanstalk. The giant fell and died. Jack and his mother were now rich, and they lived happily ever after. And that's the original story of Jack and the Beanstalk. That's all I have for today for Jack and the Beanstalk. Tomorrow we are going to read Trust Me, Jack's Beanstalk Stinks, told from the giant's point of view. And then on Thursday we'll read Kate and the Beanstalk. Again, we're going to read 3 stories of Jack and the Beanstalk and work on filling out our graphic organizer. And then we'll move on next week. Even though today's Tuesday, like I said last week, Tuesday's our new Monday, and we got a poem for fluency. Today's poem is The Life of a Cupcake. Again, I'm going to read it. You guys can listen to it, and then it will be uploaded in our Google presentation, as well as I will upload the document on our website. So 2 ways to get it: through our Google presentation or through our website. The Life of a Cupcake. They put me in the oven to bake, me a deprived and miserable cake. Feeling the heat, I started to bubble. Watching the others, I knew I was in trouble. They opened the door and I started my life, frosting me with a silver knife, decorating me with candy jewels. The rest of the batch looked like fools. Lifting me up, she took off my wrapper. Feeling the breeze, I wanted to slap her. Opening her mouth with shiny teeth inside, this was the day this cupcake had died. Again, The Life of a Cupcake is your poem that you need to read today. You can find it in two places. You can find it in our Google Slide presentation, or you can find it on my website. Let's recap what we've done for reading today. For reading, you're going to have Jack and the Beanstalk on Raz Kids. You only have to listen to the story. After that, you got I Ready reading for 20 minutes. And you're going to end with your poem, The Life of a Cupcake. Again, you can find that on my Google presentation, or you can find it on my website. 3 things for reading today. That's all. Last week we talked about poems and how we used an acrostic poem with our name, how we did an acrostic poem with our favorite color, and then on Thursday I gave you a free write poem. This week we're going to take some big moments and try to scale them down to smaller moments and write a poem according to our small moments. Obviously, a big moment in my life is to having my 2 boys, Waylon, who is 3, and Landon, who is 5. They're a big part of my life, and obviously they've been a big part, especially since we're home, trying to play with them on a daily basis and trying to entertain them and just having our family time. So yesterday, I talked about playing with them, and we decided that we would go outside. So my small moment was flying a kite, and I'm going to take that small moment and I wrote a poem on the board that I'm going to share with you. So I took my big moment of my life, which is having my 2 boys, and we talked about a small moment that we did yesterday, which was flying a kite, and I turned that into a poem. So here's the poem that I wrote. The boys and I flew a kite. The wind outside was just right. A gust and a flow, we were able to watch the kite go. And that was just a small moment of something that we did yesterday. I could pick all kinds of things, that we've done since the boys have been born. But I picked something that we did yesterday because, 1, it was fresh in my mind, and 2, it was something that I felt like I wanted to share with you guys. So what you're going to do today is you're going to pick something that stands out with you, some type of moment that you've had this weekend, this past weekend, that you've had yesterday, that maybe even you've had today or this morning, and you're going to write a poem based on that small moment. So again, take a small moment that you've had in your life and try to turn it into a poem. Again, also remember, poems don't always have to rhyme. Okay, so if your poem doesn't rhyme, no worry, don't sweat it. But happy poem writing. There you have it for writing today. All you have is a journal entry like you've been doing and a small moment poem. Let's be some great writers today, guys.